What's up, y'all? Don't forget to subscribe. Click the link in the description box. But, you know, this is something that I've been campaigning for a long time. And the past 24 hours in sports has been very telling. The death of the black alpha male. Russell Westbrook gets popcorn thrown on him. Trae Young gets spit on. Obviously, you see my sweater. Deontay Wilder consistently gets vilified. And some executive at Disney greenlit Stephen A. Smith to talk about Kwame Brown for 8 to 10 minutes on ESPN. Think about that for a second. A executive at Disney told Stephen A. Smith to go on the worldwide leader in sports and take a personal attack on one black athlete. Dog, y'all motherfuckers better. I'm just gonna say this, man. A lot of people think I'm crazy, deranged. What Martin say? Strange, deranged. Listen, I've seen it happen to the best of them. I've been around professional athletes since the 90s, you know? And they don't want the black, independent, dominant, alpha male black athlete. They don't want it. And the reason why they don't want it, it eliminates them. It takes them out of power, out of the money, and gives us the reign. And that's why when we see the big picture, I would hope in one day, maybe not in my generation, maybe we're laying the pre-foundation for this, and maybe we call it infrastructure, that these rich black athletes don't go back. Don't go back to, you make $100 million in the NBA, don't go running your ass to ESPN. Don't go running your ass to Fox. You got $100 million. Why the fuck are you signing up to have a boss? I repeat, you got $100 million. Why are you signing up to be a boss? You know, and at the end of the day, yes, they are 100% at fault. The fact that they had to ask Trae Young, was he going to press charges? I thought the NBA had a governing body. Shouldn't the NBA press charges? Shouldn't Madison Square Garden press charges? Aren't they supposed to protect those 24 basketball athletes on the basketball court? Because if a fan gets hurt, I'm not suing the player at the stadium. I'm going to sue the NBA because they got the most money. So at the end of the day, I say this, man. These black athletes got to get a grip, man. Like, for example, Stephen A. Smith, Matt Barnes, Stephen A. Smith, Matt Barnes, Steven Jackson. At the end of the day, albeit I do like the content that Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson do, they get a check. And I think if Matt Barnes made hundreds of millions of dollars or millions of dollars, Steven Jack made millions of dollars, you shouldn't have to go to Showtime, CBS, Viacom. Nigga, you don't need them. They're using your contacts. Everybody I've seen on their show, I'm willing to bet came out of their phone. Showtime can't make those contacts. Yeah, I mean, they have great influence. I like Steven Espinoza. He's a good guy. But at the end of the day, they're just parlaying the relationships that you created. To do a podcast is less than $1,000 a show if you're doing a 2-camera, 3-camera shoot. Pre-production is Texas these days, is a Zoom call these days. You understand what I'm saying? So I think on the ground level, the disrespect is so high. And we're going to talk about this tonight in the barbershop. I don't tolerate disrespect. Everybody in boxing knows Fred Hawthorne does not tolerate disrespect. All right? And especially when it comes from the quote-unquote boss, the quote-unquote oppressor. Fred don't tolerate that shit. Fred is unapologetic, and I'm going to get it out the mud. And Sometimes I gotta make mud statues. You understand what I'm saying? But I say this: we gotta get out of the mind frame that when they give us something, it's our right to passage. It makes us the greatest. You know, like I'm looking at Stephen A. Smith, and feel free to Google my interviews with Stephen A. Smith. Oh man, some of the greatest shit you might nose to nose. You understand what I'm saying? And it's millions of views. Go check them out on YouTube. And I just think it's just deplorable that when that executive, and he's probably white, he's probably Jewish, told Stephen A. Smith yes, he didn't take a step back and see the big picture. Hold up. This white executive wants me to go on the worldwide leader in sports and defame this man? Think about that for a second. Man, the death of the black alpha male is so alive and well, man. I'm a connoisseur of everything Malcolm X, and you know, his speeches and what he stood for couldn't be more true today, you know. And I just hope and pray that we see the big picture. It's on us now, because the names I just mentioned, Stephen A. Smith, Matt Barnes, Steven Jackson, Kwame Brown, Trey Smith, Deontay Wilder, the list goes on. Those, you put them together, that's $1 billion in actual cash and money that they can pull from a bank. That's $1 billion right there. Yeah, we guys are different, and that's what makes us great. We're not monolithic. So how about we go back to our neighborhood? Because multimillionaires should not be complaining about what's going on in our community and not making an impact. And I'm going to use I can't complain about what's going on in my community and not make an impact. You understand? I can't just echo what the hell is going on wrong. We got to put our Timberlands in the mud, y'all. We got to. And since I'm in LA, we got to put our Chucks in the mud. You know what I'm saying? And it's time, y'all. It's time to stop leaning on white daddy. They fired Paul Pierce for doing something he does in his private life. What is legal? They gonna need math. The longer you stay employed as a, think about this. You made millions of dollars. You have a boss. That's emasculating. You're being emasculated. Every time you go report to work and work for a white man, I don't give a fuck if you're on ESPN, Fox, you're being emasculated on some level. You better have an exit plan. You better be working on something that you can escape from. You understand? Because just think about motherfuckers being in my hood, man. They had the corner store, been in business for 20 years. Independent. No professional athlete should be in the contracts they get today in the NBA, in baseball, and NFL. You should be codependent upon anybody besides your fucking business partner, not your employer. Anyhow, man, we talking about this shit tonight. The death of the black alpha male athlete is alive and well, man. You know what I mean? We don't need him no more. We don't need him no more. And if my ascension in boxing doesn't inspire you, man, you gotta go look at Kwame Brown's videos, man. You know what I mean? It's just amazing how. Anyways, man, we just accept this shit, dog. We just accept this shit every time. Oh yes, I got the greatest podcast. When Steven Jackson said, "I got the greatest podcast," no, nigga, Showtime got the greatest podcast. You don't own that shit. Ask Nick Cannon. Viacom don't let you own shit, nigga. Why you think Al Heyman is reluctant to go there? Why you think he gives Steven Espinosa minimum content? He knows Viacom and those guys don't play that shit. You don't own your podcast. Viacom does. And this is a message to all them kings, man. Matt Barnes, Steven Jackson. I know he's not gonna be liked for the next couple of weeks. Stephen A. Smith, get your own, dog. Stop allowing them to validate you and put a ceiling on your financial and physical success. I'm gone, man. Love y'all. Peace.